Yeah, good car.
It's his last Ford.
Last Ford is in current. 'Cause I would not be like, this is my last Ford. Nah. Uh, 2017 Mustang GT. Uh, Lamar Douglas. Where to begin? Freaking great.
Let's begin
Begin
at
with
the very beginning. A very good place to start.
That is true. Hey, once upon a time. Started with trading in the F-150 that we just talked about, the gray one, the SDX silver. Uh, has the same engine that truck did, but second generation. Oh god, I gotta hold back the car enthusiast here, but it's a 6-speed manual transmission, so that means you have a third pedal besides the gas and the brake, and you shift gears manually. There's no drive. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 R. So, you know, it's a stick shift. I think it's self-explanatory. For our intents and purposes here. Got the premium package. I am a little annoyed that it does not have navigation built into it. I would have to use the extremely buggy Apple CarPlay / Android Auto because it affects both. It is very buggy. Granted, that was in its early days when like that just came out, so I guess that's kind of fair. But still, if you want to use a map and not have to use your phone for that specifically, like look on your phone screen, you just gotta hope that you're using a damn good USB cable, because if you're not, you move that cable a little bit the wrong way, you're gonna hear the white noise of the AM radio blasting through your ears, and it sucks. Anyway, heated and cooled seats, nice touch. Power everything except recline. Do wish that it had power recline. I feel like why for something like that? Even my damn generic soccer mom Chevy Equinox company car, I think, has power recline in it. So
no cup holders.
No, recline. Like.
Yeah, I know. I said no cup holders.
Oh. Next question. Hypothetically, Slam
only 2 cup holders.
Oh man, Slam loves
no trunk space.
He loves his cups in cars, and
I love my trunk space.
His dew bottles and all that good stuff. I'll address.
To have a back seat.
I mean, that's I'm not gonna knock it for that, for the lack of a back seat. Well, the lack of a useful back seat. At least, it is a sports vehicle, and that's kind of the norm for that. So I mean, if you don't expect that with that kind of vehicle, then oops. Let's see. Yeah, it's fast as crap though. I know that. I tell you what, when I am at a traffic light intersection and the lights red, and I'm like right in the front of the traffic, like right at the line for the intersection, when that light turns green, I can get so far ahead of the traffic. It's kind of funny. And it's not like I'm having to floor it and make it go as hard as it can. It just launches. So the trade-off with that is if you're not in front like that, you have to kind of hold it back a little bit, and it's a little awkward to drive. It's a little nitpick. Paint seems to chip easily on the hood, especially. That seems to be a thing with that generation Mustang. It's common. Backup camera wiring is garbage. They made it so thin that it's easy to rip it, and thankfully it was so bad that they were willing to issue a recall notice on it. So at some point I gotta get that done for free, and hopefully my backup camera won't glitch up and then go black anymore. And the markings, like the paint on the buttons on the steering wheel, are worn a little bit. It's, just I've noticed some slight decline in the quality control going from that F-150 to this Mustang. I hate to say it though, but they cheapened up a little bit more than they did on that last era. As for Slam's complaints with the trunk space, fun fact, it actually has a pretty good amount of trunk space. The problem is my subwoofer takes up like half of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I would have to remove that to get that squared away, which I may do one day. I may get a subwoofer set up where it's like flush against the wall of the trunk. Then you have the full trunk space, but that is going to be like $300, and I don't know if it's worth that much. And yeah, it's only got 2 cup holders, which is kind of annoying if you're the type that likes to have drinks in the car like Slam. However, despite Slam's complaints here, and he can attest to this, apparently it's a great place for napping.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, he's napped in that car more than any other vehicle I've ever driven. And I don't know what it is, but he always falls asleep in that car. And I'm like, he's gonna take a nap now. I'm gonna be a good friend here and turn down the music a little. Smiling by force. But care to elaborate on the passenger experience and the napping side of it?
Give it this. It does have a very nice cruise control, I guess.
Cruise control? What do you mean?
It's probably not the correct concept, but it's nice to, take a drive-in. It's like...
Okay. I see what you're getting at.
For 2 people, yes.
Well, yeah, of course.
But
I've had
for 4 people...
I've had 5. They're not that tall.
Anyway, though.
Given...
I would give it still a solid 9.5 out of 10, even though I say it needs more cup holders and a bigger back seat and more trunk space, but
I can barely fit in that back seat.
For an engine like that, it's...
Coyote. Oh, yeah.
It's... If they were to go and have more trunk space in the back seat, it would be as long as the Crown Victoria, and you don't want that. So
it's pretty long for something with a
I understand that,
that.
but it's not something I would enjoy.
Yeah, that is true. And I've had to use it for moving before, and a lot of times honestly, this may not be a bad way to go if you don't plan on people riding back there. Just fold the back seats down and be done with it. And you've got a bigger trunk that extends into the main passenger area. So that kind of helps with that. But
and now it's time for a rapid fire on my last couple of Ford vehicles.
I also give it a 9 out of 10.
Well, I gave it 9.5 out of 10.
You did. Thank you. All right.